Hi, it's Jane Dagme, and I am here in the Fairfield showroom at 200 North Hamilton for a very special reason. Number one, Fairfield is celebrating its 100th anniversary this market. And the other reason, very much related to that, is that they held a virtual design competition earlier in the year. I was a judge, I loved doing it, and Lisa Mende, interior designer from Charlotte, won the contest. So she came back to the showroom and installed this amazing dining room that we're in here today. And we're going to find out all about the design. So, yay! Yay! It's so nice to see it go from drawings and sketches to this. So congratulations.
Thank you. It is nice to see it. I was excited to see it all come together. So all right, virtual design competition versus interior design every day. How did you approach the challenge? And just speak a little bit to what was the brief of the project. What were you supposed to do? You know, what were you challenged with and how did you solve it? Well, the brief for the project was to design a room for Fairfield's 100th anniversary celebration at market. And so with every project that I do, I try to go back to the root of what we're trying to accomplish. And in this situation, Jane, we wanted a big celebration for Fairfield because Fairfield can say that they've been in business and family owned for 100 years, and there aren't very many companies that can say that. So I went back to the backbone of the family and the roots and pictured myself with the Fairfield family. And what came to mind was a family around a dining table. So I decided to create a dining room, and I thought that felt like a celebration, and I wanted to bring the founding fathers of Fairfield to the table. So that's how I started.
So let's talk about the founding father who's behind you. So so let's start here just with the founding father. Can you tell us a little bit about what you found out? Because you did this was like a research project for you.
It really was. I mean, I immediately researched the family and the business, and you know, their roots go back to Lenore. And this is James Harper, and he is the ancestral patriarch of the Fairfield family because he came to Lenore and built Fairfield House. And that is where the name of the company comes from. And so this is Mr. James Harper, and he has a place at the table here. And Emily Wilson of South Carolina, who is represented by Art House, painted this for the room, and I sent her silhouettes of all the chairs that have been key in Fairfield's history, and she included them in the background of the portrait.
So great. It is so great, and it's so dimensional. Okay, so that's just really sets the tone. So
thank you.
I want to know, in this dining room, so you thought, okay, let's do a dining room. So what piece did you start with for the dining room?
This beautiful 60-inch round table. It's from the East Camden collection. It's the scalloped dining table, and it's called the scalloped dining table because it has this beautiful scalloped base, and it is just a wonderful piece. And I love the finish
it's beautiful
of the table. And I decided that since I was using this beautiful light colored table, pearl finish, that I wanted all the furniture to work back with that. And I did the console in the sheer dove just to anchor the room and have a deeper color in the background so that it made the table show up a little more.
For sure, for sure. So, all right, so, and then in terms of designing the dining room, I mean, there's a lot of furniture in here, but it doesn't feel crowded at all. And I think I mentioned it to you that I thought, how is she going to fit all that in? But I'm here and I'm like, we could dance. So what came next, and what pieces spoke to you? So this, I mean, it speaks to me by virtue of its shape, but so you wanted something darker, and this is a pretty, is this metallic?
Yes, it has gold detailing. And the nice thing about Fairfield is there's lots of colors this comes in, and you can change this and not have the metallic if you want it. I mean, they customize so many pieces that you can really create whatever you want.
But it's nice metallic for a celebration, right?
I like it, yeah.
All right, so tell us about some of the other pieces that you brought in.
So this East Hampton chest over here, I was in love with this chest because I love the Starburst hardware. And again, that's something that Fairfield takes pride in, the details. And look at the beautiful front on this chest and the
nice concave
shape. It's just a beautiful piece. And we're seeing a lot of very straight legs with furniture. It's kind of an updated on the traditional, and I feel like my design aesthetic as well as the Fairfield brand is rooted in tradition with an updated aesthetic. And so I really like this piece for the room.
And a piece like this, I mean, could be a great bedside chest too.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't feel like the furniture you brought into this is like designated dining room. It's
right.
like it's what an interior designer does.
Yeah.
Fits the, yeah.
Well, and it also gives you a little more interest than just a buffet and, you know, the standard pieces you would think about in a dining room. And I loved also adding these beautiful, these are Libby Langdon designed these, and these etagères, and they have the brass accents and then the lighted under the shelves, which I think adds some drama to the room. So I love having those in here because it gives you a little different something to look at than the average dining room. And I also like the fact that the books are in here because with COVID, a lot of people have turned their dining rooms into libraries or work from home places. So if you weren't setting the table, you could come over here and pull a book off the shelf and read or just enjoy the room.
For sure.
Yeah.
I love the fact that if you wanted to go super moody and really like dim down the chandelier, then you have this ambient lighting, which just, you know, is a great way to dine.
Yeah. You could light candles and just have...
That's such a good idea.
Yeah.
I love the idea of bookcases.
I love that. Libby did a great job on those.
All right, and what's this piece over here?
This is the bar cabinet, and it's a great piece because it has this beautiful hardware on the front. Again, details. Fairfield's huge for details. And I love the rail around the back because that just speaks to tradition.
Yeah.
But then it's an updated classic. So this piece could go a lot of different places. And the scale of this is perfect for so many homes because not everybody has a massive dining room. And this would be great in a sunroom or a family room. And it has stone top, so you don't have to worry about spillage or, you know, damage on a wooden top piece. It's just a perfect piece for this room, I think.
Okay, I want to talk about the details a little bit because you're doing a space and you're very detail oriented, you know, thinking about all the beautiful things that might be in here. So in terms of partners in this space, did you reach out to them when you were at the designing phase and concept?
I did. When you're doing a showroom, it's a little different than doing a client's room because clients have budgets and you can choose things. But when you're doing a showroom or a show house, you need partners. And so I reached out to Tebow, who graciously gave us this beautiful villa garden mural for the walls, and I wrapped the entire room in that. It's a grass cloth. It's stunning. And then Jaipur Living loaned us the rug, which I love because it's natural and casual. So the juxtaposition between the more formal paper with the natural rug was just like the perfect tension. And then Louise Gaskell made the chandelier and the lamps. And Louise does vintage pieces of Murano glass. She buys from glass dealers, and then she hand gilds and makes every piece that she sells in her Raleigh studio. And then last but not least, replacements. And Julie Robbins worked with me on the table settings, and because I have 4 of the founders or people who are continuing the heritage of Fairfield at the table for men, I chose dinner plates that had men and women on them because I wanted the man at the table, but there's always a woman with the man, so I chose those plates and the accent of black to balance the pink that I was using in the room, and so that gives a little masculine, feminine tension. So
the plates are gorgeous. And
thank you.
Is some of this tabletop vintage?
Actually, you know, Replacements has new patterns, and they also have patterns that you can no longer get. You can't buy them, and they get them from people. They'll buy, like if a bride gets married and has china and doesn't decide later that she's not using it, doesn't want it, Replacements buys it. So if you can't find something, you can always go to Replacements. And these plates, the Victoria and Bill dinner plates, I don't know that they're any longer available anywhere else. The charger is Fitz and Floyd Dusty Pink, and the salad plate is Fabergé.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's totally beautiful. So you're doing a fun little Instagram competition, right?
Yeah.
So let's talk about that, and so people can play.
So in celebration of Fairfield, I was trying to think what I could do to give away so that it was a little bit more fun. And so I am giving away a bottle of Veuve Clicquot Rosé to someone who comes into the showroom, takes photos, posts on social media, and tags Fairfield Chair and Lisa Mende Design. And one of those people will win this bottle of Veuve. So.
And there is a party on Sunday.
Sunday from 4 to 7. We're going to be in this room and celebrate 100 years of Fairfield's wonderful history. And I hope everybody will come and join us. It's going to be a true celebration.
Yeah, and then on Monday, we have a panel where you will be grilled by all the judges, and Dixon Mitchell will be moderating.
Yes, he will.
And so that's at 11 a.m. here at Fairfield. So I'll be here. I can't wait for that.
Yeah, I'm excited about that.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
So shall we say happy birthday to Fairfield?
Yes, let's do.
All right.
Happy birthday, Fairfield.